Katrina is a marketing coach and owner of Sawa Marketing and JumpstartYourMarketing.com. Katrina works with highly motivated entrepreneurs. Easy for you to say, and show you rules again. Entrepreneurs who want to maximize and fast track their business. She truly kicks her clients and their businesses into high gear by helping them put together a clear action plan to leverage their online and offline, leverage themselves offline and online, plus she kicks them in the butt to implement it all too. Katrina has won awards for her weekly e-zine and her articles. She's also published in a compilation book with 41 other authors, and she was featured marketing expert in 2007 on Good Day Sacramento. Anyway, Katrina has a passion for helping her clients succeed by educating them on how to make smarter marketing decisions in order to take their business to the next level. She does this through her one-on-one consulting, phone and group coaching, live workshops, and her do-it-yourself marketing products available online. And she's here today to help us jumpstart our business. So please help me welcome to the stage, Katrina Sawa.
All right. So the Eagles here, let's get to work. The Eagles have landed. Let's go. Peter Books, let's go. Page 8, whatever page it is, let's get to work. No, I'm just kidding. I am prepared to make you work today a little bit harder because this is a seminar workshop. I want to make sure you leave here with some steps that you can actually implement in your business. And I'm sure you've already figured out some just from the last 3 speakers. And but I'm probably going to add to that to-do list. But I'm also going to offer some solutions that you don't have to do it all yourself either, okay? So I'm very excited to be here and have you guys all here. Is everybody having fun so far? Yeah. Lunch? Can I have my technical crew turn on the little mic, or the little, whatever they call them? I'm so not. Yes, I need a screen. I need the projectors. I don't know how to do it either. I'm lucky I got a PowerPoint like going together here. It might need to warm up, I don't know.
Okay.
It's okay.
It's working on it.
Okay, anyway, I wanted to tell you a little bit more about me. I know being an Eagle, being a driver type of personality, when Todd mentioned that, I said, well, I should probably say something about the fact that people are intimidated by me sometimes. And somebody said it to me today, and it reminded me that I need to announce that. And a lot of times when I give talks, I don't always put my little disclaimer in. I always forget because I get to the point. This is what I want to tell you. And then I forget to tell you, it's okay. I want to be really interactive today with you, and I want you to ask questions. We have mic runners, so they're ready when you are. And I'm also going to have you do little exercises. So I'm going to stop the PowerPoint. I'm going to have you write in your book and think about the answer to what I'm talking about. And as far as being intimidated, please feel free to come up to me because I'm really the most giving. I want to help you. I want to make sure you get connections here today. And even after the event, feel free to email me. So that's what I love to do. I mean, I've kind of pre-labeled myself the connector too. So I used to be the networking queen, but Kathleen took that over, and that's okay. I'm doing a lot more networking online these days. I'm going to talk a little bit about that. But I'm so excited my goal today is to inspire you to think bigger, okay? I know some of you are out there are probably thinking big already. You're thinking, well, I'm going to make $10 million this year. Well, you go, okay? But let's triple that. Let's think bigger. So if your goal is 10,000 this year, that's great too, but let's triple, quadruple. Whatever it is, maybe it's not a number you're thinking, maybe it's a lifestyle change. And I'm going to talk about lifestyle too, because that's hugely important. And that's something that I've changed over the last 2 years in my own business that I found that it's really important. I was working way too hard. I wasn't happy. I was burnt out. When I first started my business, it was great. I had lots of clients. And I kept slowly, incrementally raising my rates as I was going. But, a couple of years ago, I was introduced to a couple of people, and I started following the online marketing route. And if you're reading my e-zines for a while, then you know that my coach, Allie Brown, has taught me all about info marketing and info products and information marketing and things like that. And then Dan Kennedy, there's Dan Kennedy follower in the room, yay. And I go to these workshops like this all over the country, and I've been doing that for a couple years now, and it just inspires me every time I go, and I learn something new, and the people that you meet are phenomenal. So I really encourage you to think bigger, think outside of Sacramento. Regardless of where your target market is, there's things to be learned, there's connections to be made all over the country, all over the world. I just got a new client in Switzerland, okay, because of networking all over the country. And so I want you to think bigger. And I know some of you it's hard because you're like, well, I have this business and it's only good in a 10-mile radius from my location, or you know, I don't foresee, you know, I meet one-on-one with clients, I don't even think I can do that on the phone, or I don't know how to do emails to keep in touch, and so I just want you to keep an open mind. There's going to be some things I'm talking about today that might be way out there for you, but that doesn't mean they're not unreachable. Everything's reachable if you decide that it's reachable and that's something you want to do, okay? So I want interaction. If I say something that you don't understand, like it's way over your head, please raise your hand, because I don't want to do that today. I don't want to, but I might throw out some kinds of jargon, and I don't mean to. But okay, so let's get started. Let's kick you into gear, right? Kick your business into gear. So how do we do that? First of all, where do we get into business? We want flexible schedules. We want time off with family, right? We want better quality of life, more balance, less stress, more money, more freedom. Does that happen? No. When I first started my business, I was like 60, 70 hours a week, easy. I was probably making the same that I was at a job, right, before when I had a job. So how do we change that? You know, how do we get what we want, what we thought we were going to get when we got our own business? Because it's not that easy. So many other things pop up, right? I mean, you don't know that you have to do your own bookkeeping, or you have to order supplies, or you have to go to networking events and then do follow-up, and then you know, maybe put ads in the paper or something, or you know, buy the computer and what do you use, or get a projector, start speaking, and how do you do PowerPoint, and then you know, what is all that? That's huge. There's so much stuff in business that you could potentially be doing, and I guarantee none of us are doing it all, right? There's always things that are falling through the holes, and one thing I found that I'm really good at is finding those holes. I love talking to somebody and asking questions and finding those holes. I'm a problem solver. I guess that's an ego thing. I don't know. But you know, you start talking about where you're stuck, and all of a sudden I'm like, okay, well, do you do that? Do you do that? What about this? What about that? Oh, well, that's it then. You need to do that, and that will cure this, and then you can do this, this, and this. And so it's I guess I have a knack for it. I don't know. But I love doing that kind of stuff. So, but why are we getting into business? I want you to think, I'm going to ask you in a little bit to think about your dream lifestyle and why that's so important. And when I was introduced to Allie about 2.5 years ago, Allie Brown, my coach, all she would talk about is this lifestyle that she led, right? She would travel all over, she would go on vacations, she'd take her laptop with her and send it easy and make $5,000 or $20,000 or whatever it was, right? Selling her products and services. And I'm like, I want to do that. I want to go on the laptop on the beach, and I want to like send an email and make all this money. And because then it's not just about the money for me. I want to give back. I mean, I belong to eWomen Network, and I believe in the foundation, and then there's other charities that I want to be involved with. I was on a board once with NALBO, and I had to get off because I was growing my business too much, so I didn't have time. But you know, sitting on the boards of something, and we all have passions, right? You all have a passion, or some kind of nonprofit, or something that you have a passion for, and you may not be able to spend too much time doing that right now because you're too busy in your business. But let's figure out a way to restructure your business a little bit so that you have time to do those passions. Or you're completely the opposite, and you're doing way too much in your passion. You're not making a whole lot of money because you're so giving, and that's great. But let's figure out how to design a business where the money can come in, and you can still do that, okay? Because there are ways, and using the internet is huge. How many people here have? I hope everybody has a website if you have your own business. If you don't have a website, raise your hand. And don't be shy. It's okay. Oh, okay, oh, good. Okay. But there's so many different ways to use your website, and I see it every day that people are not utilizing their website enough and in the right ways. And I'm going to say this probably a million times in the next 45 hours is build your list. Okay, when I'm talking about building your list, I mean build your email list first, and then build your contact list. Build whatever list you can possibly build, put it that way. But when I talk about the internet, it's you start with the email, and then you go to the mailing, and you just have to hit people in many different ways. I'm going to talk about a simple follow-up strategy too. So, what's making you feel stuck? How do we overcome it? Okay. Things that could be making you feel stuck are, you have people in your life that are naysayers. They're like, oh, well, you can't do that. How are you going to make money at that? Or how much money do you really think you can make at that? I don't believe that. How is that going to happen? Or why do you have to go to this event? Or why can't you stay home tonight? Or why do you have to do this? Or, you know, we all have people, well, I don't anymore because I divorced him, but he was a great guy. He just wasn't for me. But I mean, about 2.5 years ago, I had 2 people in my life that were like that, and it was my husband and my dad. And it's good and it's bad. But since my dad has passed, and my ex-husband is an ex, and so I'm free. You know, I'm free from the naysayers, and now I can pick and choose who it is that I want to hang out with, who I want to spend my time with, who I want as clients, who I want to associate with, who I want to give referrals to, who I want to do business with and power partner with, and who I want to, you know, speak to in general, where I want to go networking, and who I want to talk to in the room versus who I don't. You know, I'm gonna steer away from those people that's gonna bring me down. You know, and so if you have people in your life like that, it's really important to either, I mean, you can't always get divorced, but but maybe you can sit them down and talk to them and really explain what you're doing so they understand. Maybe it's just they don't understand it and you haven't had the time to explain it. Maybe it's that they just have fears. My ex-husband admitted it was just fear of money. He wanted me to get a job, so he knew he had this need for stability income, right? And, you know, when you have a business, you're like, woo, like that, right? And it's not always stability. So he was like, always like, and so you want to protect yourself, protect your environment, protect your thinking. As an entrepreneur, you have to be on your game, entrepreneurial thinking 24/7, don't you? I mean, to run your business successfully. And it's okay, we have bad days. Every once in a while we need to shut the curtains and turn on the movies and, you know, eat ice cream and popcorn. But, oh, nobody does that but me? Oh, good, okay. When I first started my business, it was funny because I didn't know, I thought, oh my God, I'm either going to sink or swim, you know. I'm like, either I'm going to be watching Oprah all day and, you know, cleaning the house and finding things to distract me. But soon I got busy with clients, and that's a struggle. But what Richard was talking about, your fears, is that one of your fears, being with yourself. And in the last couple of years, I've really learned how to be with myself and be by myself. I mean, I've gone out to dinner by myself, I've gone to the movies by myself, I've done all these things by myself because there's not always that like-minded person around you that can go with you. And so you should always want to just keep doing what you want to do. So do yourself, you know. And the more you can be one with yourself, the more it can elevate you and your mindset. And so I know you guys have heard The Secret. And when I talk about mindset to clients, I don't talk about the law of attraction. I talk about changing your mindset. It's mostly about money. I have a lot of clients who come to me and say, well, I want to make more money. And I say, well, how much do you charge? And I have one client who was like $10 an hour. And I said, what? Well, I pay someone $50 an hour to do what you're doing for 10. And I'm like, oh my God, raise your rates immediately. You'll make 5 times more money. What are you thinking? I'm all problem solved. Go away. No, it wasn't like that. But it could be that simple. It could be that you're undervaluing yourself. I see it all the time. Probably 30% of the clients I see are undervaluing themselves. And that's due to either lack of self-esteem, lack of confidence. They think they're new in the industry. They think they can't charge that yet. Well, I'm sorry, if you have training and you have the knowledge and you have the skill, you can charge whatever you want to charge because people will be attracted to you. If they're attracted to you and you're confident in what you're doing and what you're selling, they're going to buy what you have. It doesn't matter what you're charging. You could charge $1 million. I have a coach who charges $100,000 a year to coach with him. $100,000 a year. David Nagel, he has some of those programs over there. I don't pay that at the moment, but I pay, I don't know, a quarter of that actually. I pay a lot for coaching. And because I found in the last couple of years, especially, that coaching is how it's getting me farther faster. I'm getting farther faster because I'm learning from people who are doing what I want to do, living the lifestyle I want to lead, and I can go there. I'm a problem solver, right? Tell me what I need to do, that's all I need to know. Just tell me what I need to know. I'm going to go do it, because they're doing it, they're making money at doing it. I'm not going to go around and figure it out myself, and I don't have time to go research, and I can pay an assistant to go figure it out, but I don't want to do all that. I want to get to the bottom line, right? So, I just get a coach to help me with that. And, but also when I'm coaching, those people have the right mindset too. They have the millionaire mindset, right? I mean, we all don't have a goal necessarily maybe of being millionaires, but wouldn't it be nice? What could you do for the world, your environment, your family, or your passion if you had $1 million a year? What could you do? A lot, huh? And so, I know I'm in a good environment here today because you all are givers. We've already talked about that. We talked about giving to others. And so, I just want you to think bigger. There's more. There's more than you're already doing. It could be something you're not even currently in business with doing right now. And you don't even know what you could be doing in 5 years. I had a brainstorm session with a client the other day, and well, it wasn't the other day. She's been in my program for about 4 months already. And she had a business, and it was very geographical, and she does wedding flowers. And, you can only do wedding flowers in a certain area, and you can only do so many weddings a year, right? There's only so many weekends in the year or whatever before you burn out. So she's like, oh, so what's your goal? She said, well, I want to retire in 3 months or 3 years. And I said, okay, so we need to replace your income, make you more because you want to play in 3 years. And she's pretty young. And, okay, so what do we do? So we brainstormed for like 2 hours, and we came up with the do-it-yourself wedding planning or wedding flower guide. And so we're going to teach other people, she's going to teach other people there's a ton of brides out there that want to save money, right? Or their families want to save money, or someone wants to do their wedding flowers for them. So there's always there's always a way, Even that was her direct business, but I've taken people from that are doing financial planning to this whole other concept because they have this creativity. They have this huge creativity in them that's not getting met with the job that they have currently. And so there's just so many opportunities. So this guide that we're doing, it has 5 DVDs. I'm getting them on videotape. I'm like, you got to show people how to do it, the flowers, and then we got to give them a workbook, and then we have this price point, we have the website, and then we got to market that, So it's just from taking an idea to concept. And a lot of you probably have ideas, but you don't know how to get it out there, right? Or get it into fruition and make it happen. So I love telling people how to do that. So where do you guys feel stuck? Where do you guys feel stuck? There's a space in your folder for you to write something down. And so I encourage you to think about that for a minute and write something down. And I'll just give you 30 seconds or something to think about that. And if you're thinking in your head, well, I need more clients. There's probably something more to that than just need more clients. It's probably deeper than that. Do you feel maybe not adequate in your sales process? Are you a little insecure about how much you're charging and you think people aren't wanting to pay that? And don't say it's the environment because that's just an excuse, or the economy, because there is no recession. If you believe there's no recession, there's plenty of people making money out there right now. Plenty of people making money. How many people in this room are making money right now? Okay. So it doesn't matter really what industry you're in. It doesn't have to be the industry. There's something else. There's something else. So I encourage you to dig a little bit deeper. And now I want you to turn to somebody at your table and share that. If you don't mind. If you do mind, then just say, I don't really want to share. That's fine. But if you're open to sharing, just turn to someone at your table real quick and you guys share just for 30 seconds what each of your stuff.
What am I doing? Right.
Which yet you didn't swear.
Figure out that part, so-and-so, finance straight. It's funny because I usually find that I have really small business when I do. Because I'm like, it's not like trying to figure out I can bring the details and I can do it. Okay, this is how you set it. You set it up and pick up manager.
Okay, so if anybody's like sharing, we have a couple of mic runners and we want to get on if anybody feels like sharing. And if you are stuck, there could be solutions in the room. So it might be a good opportunity. I always tell my clients, don't miss an opportunity. Anybody want to share where they might be stuck?
We're stuck coming up with business packages that can be delivered to a group. And I say this because my business is, we do something for a client, and that client, and that client, so it's always one-to-one. But you know, something like teleseminars, which are one-to-many. So that's where we're stuck, is trying to figure out what type of business packages we can put together that can be one-to-many. So we're delivering once, but to a broader group.
Okay. Well, I can give it to you right now, but then. Vera, yeah. No, that's good. That's good. Coming up with the new product and services ideas is another question I'm hearing.
Hello.
Hi.
Good job, Kat. I actually have gotten to a place where I can easily talk about products, but I cannot ask for business partners.
Yeah.
So there's this line that crosses of, I look around the room and think that everybody has a business already, so why would they want me to talk about a business opportunity?
Okay, so Sharon's with New Skin. She's looking for partners. Actually, what I recommend, and yours is a network marketing company, right? Yeah. And what I recommend for a lot of network marketing companies, and I know there's quite a few in the room, is you don't go after the prospect as a distributor or a representative. You go after them as using the products, obviously, and then the ones that love it, absolutely love it, will automatically want to become part of that. Because if you go after looking for people, distributors, then it's really hard. And surround yourself with referral sources. We're going to talk about that a little bit too. Referral sources are the people that have the same target market as you, but have complementary businesses, or even they could be different businesses entirely, as long as you have a similar target market and it makes sense for you to do stuff together to promote them. So, for example, in your email newsletters, you might highlight somebody else, a referral source, as an article one week instead of you writing the article, and then have them reciprocate by putting your article in their newsletter. You can do that in the mail. You can do direct mail pieces together. You can do all these different joint ventures. How many people were on the teleclass we did for this event back in June? Just a few of you? Did you guys listen to it? Online, I hope. Oh my God, that's a huge missed opportunity. We were shooting all kinds of ideas out in that teleclass. So, but get a teleclass together. There's no reason to say Blue Ribbon personnel couldn't do a teleclass. You know, it doesn't have to be a coach or consultant or author or something that does a teleclass. You can do, I have a friend who just did a book launch yesterday. I don't know if you actually saw my email yesterday, but instead of my email newsletter, I sent out an email blast about my friend Jill Lublin, who launched her new book, right? And so the goal was that she got 50 of us or whatever to donate a product to as a bonus to her book launch. So then we had to agree to send out one email on a specific day to our list to promote her book. And look at all the free stuff you're going to get if you buy it today, right? So whoever missed out yesterday, so sorry. It was like $12 book, and you got gazillion dollars worth of online bonuses from all these different experts and authors and things like that. And the previous day, I got one of those emails from one of my friends, and I said, hey, why didn't you include me on your bonuses, darn it? But I went and bought the book myself, and I said, it's a fabulous marketing tool, you guys. If you haven't seen those kinds of, follow the marketing on that kind of a launch. I mean, that is an affiliate, referral source marketing, gigantic extravaganza. It's amazing because you get access to everybody's lists and everybody sees your stuff, and if you can figure out ways to automate email newsletter signups and automate the giving or whatever you give, obviously you have to have sales pitch on the end. There's just unlimited potential with that kind of stuff, and you can make that kind of stuff work for almost any business. So you just have to think outside the box. The problem is we're all spending way too much time working in the business, right? We're not really spending a lot of time working on the business. And working on the business, you're here today. This is working on the business, so I commend you. Working on the business is doing the follow-up tomorrow. Working in the business is going home tomorrow and putting out the fires and talking to clients and not doing the follow-up. That's working in the business, okay? That's getting too caught up with the to-do list of the company and the clients and the fires. And I'm going to talk a lot about automating and delegating today, because if you don't figure out ways to automate and delegate some of that, you're never going to have the time it takes to work on the business as an entrepreneur and to come up with those new creative ideas, because you're probably too busy working in it, right? And so we need to stay in the entrepreneurial mode at all times so those new ideas flow and we figure out a way to put them into action and who's going to do them, right? So hopefully you can just take, 3 or 4 things that I say and go implement them, and then you'll have to come back. I have a workshop next month and then implement more. So a lot of times my clients have to take me in little increments. They're like, okay, I'm enough. They have to go away for a couple months, and then they come back, and I'm like, okay, where are you at now? And they're like, okay, I did this. I'm like, okay, now let's do this. And then I go away, I don't see them for a couple months, and then they come back. And I love it. I want you to do that. I want you to do that because you get stuff done. Okay, so let's design the business to fit your lifestyle. What does your lifestyle look like? Envision it. What does it look like? Do you want to be working, do you want to be wearing a suit like this every day? I don't. I like to sit in my sweats. I like working from home with my dog. My poor dog, I left her for like 24 hours. I feel so guilty. I'm a bad mommy. I think my boyfriend checked on him today, but I don't know yesterday. Do business the way you want, not the way your customers demand it, because those aren't the right customers. They're going to demand something of you, right? You want to work with the way you want to work. So I challenge you, if you have customers right now that you don't like, or that don't pay you, or that complain, what are we going to do with those when we get home? Fire them. Woohoo! How freeing is that, you guys? You can fire your clients. That's awesome. I fired clients before, and they fired me. It's all right. It's all right. Because it all goes around. I mean, you're bound and destined to work with the people that like you, respect you, trust you, connect with you, and are attracted to what you're saying and your style. And I'm amazed when I'm not talking like a mile a minute up here, like I used to. It is this clicker thing I've got. I don't know what it is. My assistant, she's like, you gotta use the clicker. It'll slow you down. So how do we set up that business that is really supportive of the way we want to live? Because up until this event, I didn't have any stress in my life. And up until the last 30 days, I didn't have any stress in my life because I had redesigned my business. I wasn't just trading hours for dollars anymore. I have products now online. I have a membership program that I only really need to do stuff for 2 days a week or 2 days a month on my membership program. But I still have lots of value with it. It has an online resources page. You get tons of information online. But I've set it up that way on purpose so I can get more people. It's what she was talking about. How do you market to many? How do you talk to many people? There's lots of different ways to do that. I don't care what business you're in. I'm installing a membership program with a couple other clients too. Those spas and health, that massage. Who's here with the massage? I hope you guys have a membership program already. Good. Okay. So that's one thing you can look at if it's not being enough and you don't have enough people. You know, my goal is 200 people in my membership program because that's $10,000 a month. And I'll be working 2 days a week for that, or 2 days a month for that. Okay, and I'm not saying that to brag, but it's so possible for everyone to do something like that. Okay, because that frees me up to take on only the clients that I want to work with, only the highly motivated ones. I don't want people that are dragging their heels and telling me, well, I can't meet with you till then, or we gotta change our appointment. No, you know, I don't have time for that. I'm busy, and I want to help you, but you've gotta, you know, either, I don't want to cuss up here, but you know what I'm thinking. And so, how do you want to do your business? Have anybody read the 4-Hour Work Week? Okay. Do you want to work 4 hours a week? In your pajamas? On the beach in Hawaii? Where is it going to be? And it can be out there. I mean, you're saying, oh yeah, right, I'm never going to get 4 hours a week on the beach. How am I going to make money doing that? There's always a way. Okay? There's always a way. You just haven't thought of it yet, or you haven't talked to the right person or connected to the right person that gave you that idea, or that, you know, came up with something for you that could make you money. And a lot of it has to do with the internet. And so if you're scared of the internet, how many people are scared of the internet? That's funny. You're like, that's okay. There's people that can teach you. There's people that can do it for you. You don't even have to go there, okay? So how, you know, think about the lifestyle you want to lead. And then it's a matter of setting up systems. It really is systems. And when we're entrepreneurs, we don't have a lot of systems, huh? They're all in my head. This is how I do it. I know how to do that, but it's all in my head. I have to do it. So I challenge you today to write down some of those systems, because you can't delegate them if you don't write them down. Right, Kim? I actually hired a systems coach about, I don't know, 8 months ago or something like that. And one of my friends, I met at one of Allie's workshops, and we had a great connection down in LA, and I'm like, I'm never going to get these out of my head unless I sit and talk to somebody and tell them, and they write them down. Because sometimes that's what you have to do. I paid her like $1,100 and we got 5 systems done, and now I don't do any of my own follow-up. None of it. None of it. Data entry, nothing. It's all done. And I do calls and stuff like that and follow up on hot and warm prospects and things like that. But, you know, getting them on the list is really important. And then constant touching with them in the next, not touching like talking about in Clubhouse, but constant touches with them, emails and mail and phone calls and faxes even, however it is that you want to follow up with your prospects and your clients. You've got to make so many contacts nowadays, it's not even funny. It's more than, I mean, they were sometimes saying like 40 touches or something like that in order to even make that connection, because we get thrown so many different marketing messages these days. So setting up systems to get some of that done allows you that lifestyle, okay, that you want to lead. If you don't have the systems, you're never going to get the lifestyle, because you're going to be doing it all yourself. So we got to get out of the mindset that you have to do it yourself. And if you're a control freak like I was, then you might need a little, you know, headset coaching on that. So there's some life coaches in the room, you know, they'd be glad to help you to change your mindset on having to do it all yourself, because you've got to let that go. Once you let it go, trust me, now that I delegated a little bit, I mean, she gets everything I can think of. Ooh, can you do that? Ooh, can you do that? I'm addicted to this delegation stuff now. Because I know that I get to go shopping, and I get to hang out with my boyfriend, I get to go places on the weekend, and I don't have to even look at email on the weekends anymore. So, I mean, it gives me the lifestyle that I want to lead, is systems. So, what does your dream lifestyle look like? There's a place in the book. I want you to think of some things. What do you want to do? How many hours do you want to work? What do your clients look like? What does your family life look like? How many vacations are you taking a year? Because it can be more than one, you know. Think about that. How much money do you want to make? Put an actual dollar, not just say lots. Don't just say, you know, 10% more. Triple it. Why not? My coach David, he says he likes to he helps people turn their annual income into their monthly income. If you're making $100,000 a year, he helps you manifest it in a month. Okay? Why do you think I'm so addicted to him? Like, I'm going to do that. And he has a workshop actually next month too. If you didn't see my email, you need to find out. Yes, Kim. David Nagel. Neagle. Yeah. go ahead and write down your dream lifestyle real quick, and chat with people next to you, and share a little bit if you can, or write it down first, anyone. Anybody have any questions? Don't be shy. I'm really not intimidating. I'm a big goofball once you get to know me. Honey, how are you? Okay, we're gonna write something down. Anybody want to share? Raise your hand. Yep, right up here. Hold on, put the mic. Wait just a second. That's all right. Oh my goodness, there you go. Stand up, Ethan. You're on stage, baby.
One of my goals is to have quarterly vacations that require air travel.
Fabulous. And not just to LA, right? Like somewhere
Out of the state.
There you go. Good. That's a great goal. And a big goal, lifestyle. These are goals. Yeah, right in the middle here.
My goal is to be able to take my children and grandchildren, all expenses paid, to Cancun, because I just got back and it would be so cool to have them all there.
Great. How many, like once a year? Sure. Okay. I mean, don't have to think of wow, just one time. It's great together and I just go one time. Okay, come to Mexico. Good. Love it. See, she wants to make a bunch of money so she can take her family places, which is fabulous. Anybody else want to share? Over here.
I'd really like to be able to reverse tithe. It's something that Mark Victor Hansen has challenged us to do, where you actually live on 10% and give away 90% of what you make. So I have an ambition to make a great deal of money because it's not for me, it's for the difference that I can make with the money.
That's awesome. That's fabulous. I just got goosebumps. Ooh. I love that. I love that kind of stuff. Well, good. I hope you guys, think about this as you go your day-to-day. And when you're doing your day-to-day, I want you to try to remind yourself, put a sticky note on your computer, in your car, or something that reminds, just put dream lifestyle, And then every time you're doing something or doing a task, it's like, what's the lifestyle that I want to lead? And if I shouldn't be doing this, who can do this for me, or whatever. Or if you're dealing with a client that you hate, and you see that word dream lifestyle, you're like, what am I doing all pissed off at this client? I can get rid of this client and get one that I like, right? And don't you know that the more you get rid of those clients that you don't like and that aren't paying you, the right clients just funnel in. They totally do. But unless you get rid of those ones aren't coming. You know that, right? And if you need that money to survive, I challenge you, and David would too if he was here. I love the way he talks, but you have to, sometimes you have to let them go in order to make room. And if you can survive for a few months, it will come and you have faith. And that's one thing that I've learned over the last couple of years is to have more faith that it will just happen and what I want will happen. And I know it's hard, it's weird actually saying that in front of you guys, I don't know. I usually say that one-on-one a lot to clients and stuff, but I don't think I've ever said it to so many people at one time. Because I'm a marketing consultant, I like to give you strategies, but there's so much more to marketing. Without the mindset, the marketing doesn't matter. So without getting in the right frame of mind in your business, whatever you do in your marketing doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because you're still going to be day-to-day working in the business, or you're going to be grinding over here, or you're going to be unhappy over here, you're going to be stressed over there, and it's not going to come to you. The stuff that you really want is not going to come to you. So I know it's hard, but do as much as you can. Okay, so I don't want to strategy all this stuff. Okay, we're going to get a little practical now. So we're going to get practical, and most of you have websites, hopefully everybody, and I'd say 98% of the websites I look at don't have these three things effectively, okay? Except for the guy in the red shirt, because I bet he has it. No? Oh my God.
I'm working on it. Thank you.
Okay, good. I don't know if you guys know Dan Kennedy. He's another one that I follow too, like Allie. He's real direct response. He'll offend you, trust me. But he's fabulous. So some of his strategies are great. And he has some great books too, so you should check them out. Okay, so 3 most important things you have to have on your website in this day and age. And the reason you want to have them, number 1 is to build your list. Okay, because the more people you can talk to on a regular basis, the more money you're going to make, right? If you're only talking to 100 people and you're making 10 sales, or you only have 10 clients out of 100, or whatever the number is, if you had 1,000 people you're talking to, you're going to make 10 times the amount of money as you're making with 100 people you're talking to, right? So it just makes sense to build your list. So you're here today, you've got the contact list in the directory, you can follow up with people very respectfully. Please read the little disclaimer in the directory. Don't do that. Go searching out their email addresses and add them to your list. I'm not going to go there. But having an opt-in box, an effective copywriting, and a call to action on your website are the 3 most important things. I want to talk a little bit about each one. And unfortunately, I don't have a sample of them, but if you've been to my website, you've been to the EntrePalooza website, right? And I think we put that up in a day. And it's actually part of my site, in case you didn't know. It's on the back end. But there's an opt-in box, right? It said free stuff, right? So if you didn't sign up for EntrePalooza, I was trying to get you on the list. So at least you find out more about EntrePalooza, right? That was the goal. I knew that when you went straight to EntrePalooza website, you weren't, 50-50 chance that you'd buy right now, or you'd say, oh, that looks good, but I don't know, and you'd go away, right? So my goal was to get you on the list with the free stuff. Attractive offers, give you some free business building tools to get you on the list so I could send you those emails that said, hey, come to EntrePalooza, look at the speakers we have. Hey, come to a teleclass. Hey, do this, hey, do that, right? And so that was the goal. And I did the same thing with my website. Sign up for my free report and get them on the list. And then I send you good information every week, other articles. I connect you with other people, other experts. And but because I know, for example, in my business, people don't necessarily work with me unless they've known me for like 6 to 9 months. Okay, they have to get to know me, they have to read my stuff, or they have to be highly referred to me by somebody who has worked with me and says, oh my God, you have to talk to her. And then they say, okay, I don't know you, but she said I have to hire you, so I'm hiring you. I get those every once in a while, but for the most part, people have to get to know me because they're not going to just drop down a chunk of change, or they've been burned by marketing people before, or whatever it is. You have to get to know people like everybody's talking today about building relationships, right? And so the opt-in box is crucial, but it can't just say, sign up for my free newsletter. Nobody's going to do that anymore, right? Because we have too many, right? But you have to give them something because they're obviously on your site to find out more about you, to do research, maybe compare, contrast you against your competitor, they're on your site for a reason. So we'll get to the copyright in a second, but if you don't capture them when they get there, 97% of the people who come to your site won't do anything to contact you. 97%. They're not going to go to your contact page. They're not going to go there. They aren't. They want more information. They don't want to be contacted by a salesperson to be sold. So they're and plus it's in the middle of the night half the time, right? We're entrepreneurs. We go searching in the middle of the night. And we find something at 2 a.m. We're like, oh, this is just what I needed. And if you don't give them what they needed right then at 2 a.m. and it's not available, then they're going to go away and they may never come back, right? But you can't continue to market to them if they don't come back and they don't get on your list. So you must get them on your list. So I can't get into how and why and all the little details of what the special offer is, but there's always a way to figure something out that your target market will want when they get to your site. We did a contest. Michelle Lukowski is one of my clients. We're going to do a contest on hers because photographers are famous for not having any good offers and all they have is flashy pictures and they think that's going to sell their business. No, get them on the list. Okay. Effective copywriting. I know you want to write your own copy, and you probably don't want to hire a copywriter. Copywriters are thousands of dollars. How are you going to afford that? Well, do you want to make sales? If you're not, or do you want your website to just look pretty? So you don't necessarily have to hire a copywriter if you are pretty good at writing, but you have to write about the hot buttons on your target market. So most people, they write what they think the customer or the prospect needs to see, like the features, the benefits, the packages, the plans, this is what I do, my bio, this is, they basically throw up on you, right, on the website. And, and you can do that in person too, by the way. You don't want to throw up on somebody in person. So you don't want to think you have to think like the prospect, the user, okay? So when someone comes to your site and they are your target market, you don't want to be something to everybody, right? You have a specific target market in mind. You have to design your copy around what matters most to them, not what matters most to you. So if they, who's struggling with their website right now? Raise your hand. Let's get you up here. Hold on just a second. Is it Julie? Okay. What's your business, Julie? And
I have an interior design service.
okay.
And I have a website that somebody else has done for me, and I'm not happy with it at all. I need to get it personalized and under my own business name.
Yes. Okay. Well, your own business name is very important, and a lot of web designers, if you can get the mic back, it's fine. Will. That's a good point. A lot of web designers will say, "I'll take care of everything. I'll buy your domain name, and I'll do this," and that's okay if you really trust them. But really try to buy your own domain names and keep track of those. They can always have access to them to use them for their website. And a lot of web designers, I would say 95% of the web designers I know are not sales and marketing people. They don't know sales and marketing. They don't do copywriting. They know graphic design and web design and search engine optimization, if you're lucky. And they know, they're not very sales and marketing oriented. I think I only know 3 web designers in the 40 or something that I know that are caught up with the opt-in box, the sales, the sales and marketing copy, the big headline, the call to action, things like that. And so it's really important when you pick your web designer that you talk about these things, because you pick them because someone referred them to you, or you like what they do, or whatever. But you as the client, you're not thinking sales and marketing either. You're thinking, I want a nice, pretty website that works. And then you go to them and they say, well, what do you want? And you're like, I don't know. And they're the same. They're not going to write your copy for you, the web designers, and you don't want them to. And they're just going to take it off your brochure or whatever. So it is a challenge to find the right web designer. I know, and sometimes you do have to go through a few different revisions, and that's okay. But your website is probably one of the most. That's why I'm really talking about that today. It's one of the most important marketing tools these days. If you're not paying attention to your website, you are missing out on a ton of sales, and I don't care what you do. Because people are researching you. People are researching your customers. If you're not being found and you're not getting action on your website, and by the way, if you're not checking your web stats, there's really easy ways to check your web stats to see how much traffic you're getting, how many visitors are you getting, how long are they staying, what pages are they visiting, and what page do they leave on. What page do they leave on means that page isn't engaging enough in the copy, right? And the ones they stay on long enough, because you can tell all this, but there's ways to track all your pages and page views. And, I have about 50% of my people that come to my website every month are repeat customers. And that's fabulous. I just need to get a lot more new people too, of course. Everybody needs new people. But the fact that I've got a ton of people coming back for more information or for keep on looking at my stuff, that's great. And then in your copywriting, you have to get personal. You must get personal. The days of corporate websites and very generic websites and no picture, those are gone, okay? Because people want to do business where they like, connect with. You've got to be personal. And the more personal you get, I don't care if you're a financial planner, an attorney, or you sell send-out cards. Whatever it is, if it's fun, if it's not so fun, if you're, mortuary, whatever it is, I don't care. You have to get personal. People are going to go and research you. They have to find out about you. They have to connect with you in some way. Don't just throw your stats at them. Well, I graduated from here, this is my degree, this is this. Tell them about your family, where do you live, what are your passions, what do you like. Show pictures. The most response I've ever gotten from an email, and it's very similar to that if it's on your website too, is number one, when I introduced my dog, okay, when I showed a picture of my dog, which was a few years ago, everybody sent me pictures of their dogs, which was great. I want that interaction. You want that interaction with your people. And then when my dad died, I got probably, 50 or 100 email responses back from, and I only sent it in one email, and I know you guys don't read everyone every week. That's okay, because you have to read me or delete me every week, right? You have to read me or delete me or shove me in a folder. But at least I'm top of mind with you, right? So that's the goal. That's the goal of this marketing and what I'm talking about here today. Another thing on your website is call to action. So the free consultation, call me for free consultation. That's not enough. Okay, that's not enough, you guys. Or here's my phone number. That's not a call to action. It's got to be, what's in it for them today? What do today. Think about how you want them to funnel into your business. So first we want to get them on the list, and we're going to send them an email newsletter. Maybe we want them to buy my book next, or maybe we want them to buy, then we want them in the free consultation. We don't want the free consultation first. Remember, get them on the list, and you can email them about the free consultation. But the call to action, it could be, do you have a product for sale? Then great, get it out there, okay? Get it out there on the first page and have a picture of it and an offer. And if you buy, buy today while you're here, you get all these extra bonuses or something like that. And that's another reminder for me, is I don't really want you to discount your services. I want you to give bonuses. Why not throw in bonuses instead of giving discount? Give more value and charge the same and make the same amount of money. You don't have to give a discount to get the business. Okay, that's just a little side note. But okay, so that's the 3 things you have on your website. Anybody have a quick question on that? I know I could go on and on for hours about your website, and I can show examples, and I do that with clients. But so what's an offer that you could add to your site to entice visitors to sign up for your e-zine? And if you don't have an e-zine yet, it's okay, because you should, and you will. But you will. Just pretend you're going to, and what would be that offer that your target market would care about? And just write it down. If you can think of something, would you run a contest, like a monthly contest, a monthly drawing? And remember, giving away a discount on your services is not a freebie. You can't give away a discount. You have to give something for free. Free, that they have to get automatically right when they sign up. And don't worry about the technical part of that. There's always a way. So is it a free report? Is it a free audio? Are you a professional in your industry? Can you record a 20-minute audio on your phone with, if I gave you, somewhere to call, and all you have to do is call in, record it, you could download it, and upload it to your site, and have a free recording right like that. All of you are probably an expert in your industry. You could probably all do a free audio recording, okay, that you can give away. And it doesn't even have to be whatever business you want to do. So it could be a free audio recording. You could write an article and call it an ebook. That's all ebooks are. They're just long articles, okay? Slap them into a PDF and poof, put a price tag on it. It's not hard, you guys. So write down the offer real quick. And you don't want to give away the boat on that either. You don't want to give away, like I did on this book launch yesterday, I gave away my whole entire planning guide, my 174 pages planning guide, that's $400 value. Yeah, for free. That's okay. That's why I did that email though, because, yeah, who got it? You're welcome. So strategy number 4, relationship marketing strategies. Concentrate on building your list. I don't care if it's in person, on the internet. There's social networking sites like Facebook and LinkedIn and Fast Pitch. If you're not on those sites right now, you really need to be, or you need to pay someone to do it. I pay Valerie over at Cyberterry to do that for me. Okay, actually she doesn't do it, her gal Dawn does. But I've got to be everywhere at all the times, and I can't do that myself. So you have to enlist some help. Yes? Fast Pitch, LinkedIn, and Facebook are the top 3 for business people. There's MySpace and YouTube if you have videos and fun stuff. I don't find those helpful for business personally. Facebook is probably the best one right now. And you go on there once a week, check your inbox, send some messages out. I even posted teleclasses or posted press releases about the events, about the teleclass we did, multiple times throughout those. And I actually post them on my blog too. I have a blog, and it's separate from the website. If you're not doing a blog, it's really easy. And I pay the same gal to go blog with me, okay? So, I send out my email newsletter. She pulls my article off, she pulls my intro off, and she might pull an event off, and she'll just do 3 different postings on my blog that week. And that's really what you need to keep it up to date. So it's really easy. If you're going to have a blog, you can just repurpose all the information you already have, okay? And then repurpose it. You don't have to write a different article on your blog when you go to an e-zine, because more than likely the same people aren't reading it. And regardless, they probably need to hear it twice. Okay, so building your list, you strive for top of mind awareness. You're everywhere, everybody knows you. You're everywhere and everybody knows you. You're everywhere and everybody knows you. People say that to me all the time. You're everywhere. I will see your stuff. Great, that's the goal. Top of mind. You have to be top of mind with everybody that knows you when it comes to your product or service. Who do they think of first? They have to think of you. In order to do that, you've got to be in their face, in their inbox, and in their mailbox at all times. Okay? constantly, just like Richard was saying, with, you know, whether it's with greeting cards and send out cards, or whether it's with a postcard, or whether it's a bulky mail. I love bulk mail. It's bulky mail. So you get like this big manila envelope in the mail, and I got one the other day, and it had like this plastic coconut in it. And the first, you know, when you get stuff in the mail, like big, huge, bulky stuff, of course you open that first, right? It's like presents. Presents. You don't think it's a sales pitch. And I opened up this plastic coconut, and it was a sales letter from one of my friends, Melanie, about her boot camp. You know, and I'm like, damn it, it wasn't that good. Oh, I guessed. Oops. It's hard for me to go a whole day without cussing. Okay. Is that a bad thing? Sorry. I'm just real, you guys. So build and cultivate your relationships, obviously. You want to give referrals often, like Richard was saying. Establish yourself as an expert. Nobody really covered that yet. And that's, you know, doing the blog, writing the articles. Writing the articles in an e-zine actually establishes you as an expert. My friend Rick, right in the middle, he has a new radio show on Blog Talk Radio. You know that everybody in here could probably have their own radio show on the internet, you guys? It's that easy. Not that he's, I mean, it didn't mean to sound that it's so easy, anybody can do it. He does a great job, though. And he interviews people. He interviewed me like a week or so ago, and, you know, not a lot of people listen in to most of those all the time, but the goal with that is sometimes to put it on your site, send it out in your e-zine. You get huge credibility to your people because, hey, you were interviewed, right? And Wayne Kelly, he interviewed me, like, I don't know, 8 months ago or something like that, I don't remember. I'd send it out, look, my friend Wayne interviewed me, and only us behind the scenes, we know that we paid for that, or we, you know, we instigated that, and it's a marketing tool, okay? So that stuff can be a marketing tool. So, but you have to establish yourself as an expert. The more you do that, the more you maybe write, like I wrote that chapter in the Power and Soul book. And I was invited to do that, and yeah, it was $2,400 to write that. And people would say, oh, I can't afford that. You can't afford not to do that. I got on Good Day Sacramento. Hello. Not only that, but I'm selling books, and the goal isn't to make money selling the books. The goal is to get more speaking gigs, and to get more credibility as an expert in what you're doing. So sometimes you have to, I'm really getting good at taking that leap off that, you know, you ever do this, and you're ever standing on the edge, you're like, I don't know if I can step there, you know, I don't know if I want to take that leap, and am I going to fall, and I'm going to hurt myself if I fall, but, you know, I'm getting really good at just saying, I need to go this way, I'm just going to start walking, and something's going to land there, and I'm going to be fine. And it's living in faith, and that'll all work out, and it's the hardest thing in the world. It really is. It really is. But if you can do that and take more risks and really step into things, you're going to be more successful faster. And I keep saying that, I know. You're like, well, I don't care how long it takes. Well, okay, I want to make $1 million next year, so I want to get there faster, personally. Network regularly, follow up fanatic. These are all things you've heard today. So just these are relationship marketing strategies. My simple follow-up system is basically follow up within 48 hours to 72 hours. And tomorrow will be great. Of course, it's Saturday, and I know I'm sleeping tomorrow, so I don't know about you, but after I do the survey, of course. Make 8 to 12 touches minimum a month. That's a lot. Or in the first 2 months, I'm sorry, that you meet people. And I know that's a lot. That's really not that many. If you think about it, if you have a weekly email newsletter, even if it's, okay, never do less than twice a month for your email newsletter. Because people will forget about you in 28 days. I'm sorry, they will. They'll forget about you. And if they need your services, they're going to whoever pops in their mind first. So, email marketing at least twice a month. You should be sending out at least 3 to 4 mailings within that first 2-month period that you meet them. So do something inexpensive. Send out cards as like $1 a piece or something like that. Postcards are very inexpensive if you buy them in bulk, or you get something templated, pre-written. You know, we have a set of 3 things we send out, and Kim does it all. You know, her staff does it all.